Okay, first of all, we are going to go over the question that you were assigned on Thursday, in addition to the question that you had to do on Seesaw. So first of all, okay, so a grade 6 class held a dance-a-thon to raise money to buy a new computer for class. Tyson's friend Alana pledged $10 plus an extra $2 for each hour that Tyson danced. Make a table to show the amount that Alana pledged for 1 all the way to 5 hours. Okay, so here we go. Draw a table. Okay, we should have an accurate headings rather than just input output. So this one would be hours. Okay, hours danced. And then this would be maybe like amount pledged. Okay, perfect, excellent. We can even put this in dollars. Okay, so let's see. So 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then we know up here, we're gonna go right to our pattern rule. So we know that depending upon how many hours they did, right? Depending upon how many hours that, okay, that looks weird. Depending on how many hours that they danced, oh, that's just because it's like this. So depending on how many hours they danced, right, that is going to be multiplied by 2. So I know that I'm going to put times 2 at the top, and then what always stays the same is 10. So no matter how much I've danced, I'm always going to add 10. So if I've danced for 5 hours, times 2 is going to be 10, and then I'm always going to add on 10. So this part, 10, always going to be 10 because that's the base pledge. So that's what's going to help us also figure out what's in the second box. The first box is attached always to the variable because that is how much it's changing by. Okay, alrighty, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so there we go. We did our table. So that's the, oh no, we haven't figured out the answers, sorry. Okay, so 1 times 2 is 2, plus 10 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 10 is 14. And then 16, and then this is gonna be, whoops. Okay, whatever, it's gonna be 18. And then this is going to be 20. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully we're good for that one. The next part is please double check that you have accurate titles on your table. If you don't, just make an edit to that. Next, B is write the pattern rule that relates the amount pledged to the number of hours that were danced. Okay. All right, so basically we're just relating the input to the output. So actually in this case, we're actually relating the output to the input. So we would say, this one actually, okay, you can do it in 2 ways. Let's say this. Okay, so if you're doing it from the amount pledged to number of hours, we're actually working backwards through the machine. So we would say start at 12 because we're starting backwards. And then we would say, how are we going to do this? Well, in this case, we're actually going to work backwards. So it would be minus 10, and then it would be divided by 2. So 12 minus 10 would be 2, and then 2 divided by 2 would be 1. So that's how we work backwards. So start at 10, and then we would say decrease by minusing 10, then divide by 2 each time, okay? So if you had that, technically, that is the correct answer for this one because it's asking it in this order. That's really tricky though. So if you said it this way, then we'll still give the mark. So start at 1, right? And then we're gonna increase by multiplying by 2, then add 10 each time. Okay, so if you have that, also give yourself a mark, but just maybe write in this one as well so that we can be aware which direction they're asking. Okay, Next one, C. Alrighty, we get to write the expression. So notice they didn't even ask us to find the pattern rule. Well, I guess they kind of did, right? They wanted us to know the pattern rule. But now we just have to, this is really the key thing. We have to know this before we can get the expression, and the expression is the most important thing. So expression would be, okay, I'm just gonna write this over here, would be 2 times, I'm gonna say h for hours plus 10, or you could do 2h plus 10, or you could do h times 2 plus 10. They're all correct, okay? Next one, how much, okay, find out how much Alana pledged for Tyson when he danced 9 hours. Okie dokie, so when my D is equal to 9, okay, I'm going to just go down here, use my expression. So 9 times 2 is 18, plus 10 is 28. Okay, so this one should be $28. And then next, oh, this is a great question. Okay, suppose, I'm just going to erase this. Ooh. Okay, suppose that, okay, so suppose that Alana pledged $34. Okay, so $34. How many hours, so we're trying in this case to figure out the H, how many hours did he dance? Okay, so that means that we need to work backwards through the machine, right? So we're going to do, I'm just going to show it down here, 34 minus 10 gives us 24. And then 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the answer would be 12. Okay? So this would be 12 hours. Okay, excellent. Very good. Okay, continuing off of this is going to be our next lesson. Okay, so